Today we will discuss on energy stored in a capacitor. Okay, so suppose we have we have a capacitor initially which has no charge on their plates. Okay, and therefore no potential difference is there. But when we will join it with a battery, okay, and close the circuit, charge will occur on the plates of the capacitor till the potential difference is equal to the potential difference of the battery. Okay, so we have two stages. One is initial stage and one is final stage. Initially the charge on the plate is 0, potential difference is 0, and the final stage, when the charge is maximum on the plate, suppose we are symboling it by positive plus q in one plate and negative capital Q on another plate. Okay, so capital Q is the symbol here for maximum charge. So to find out the energy stored on the capacitor, we will take the intermediate condition. Okay, intermediate condition when the charge is a small q less than capital Q charge, which was in final stage, and the potential difference in this intermediate condition between the plate is suppose V dash. Okay, and V dash is also less than V because the charge in between the plates is smaller and therefore the potential is smaller. So we will discuss on the condition when the capacitor is in intermediate between initial and final. Okay, but first of all we should understand that how the battery is working, and that work done has considered as electrostatic potential energy. Let's see. Suppose the capacitor is initially don't have any charge on each of its plate. Okay, so as we will close the circuit, suppose one electron is coming out from the plate, first plate, and going to the positive terminal of the battery. So what will occur? One positive charge will generate on the plate. Okay, when the next electron will trying to come out from the plate, this positive charge will attract it towards itself. Okay, so this battery has to do work to bring the electron towards itself. Understood? In the same time, the electron that is going to the second plate of the capacitor is making it negative polarity. When the next electron will go to the second plate, it will experience a repulsive force. So the battery has to do work against the repulsion or the repulsive force to push the electron to the second plate. In this way, the battery is doing some work to pull electron towards positive terminal of the battery from the first plate and to push the electron to the second plate of the capacitor from its negative terminal. Understood? So in that way the battery is doing some work. Understood? And this work done is stored as a potential energy in a charged capacitor. Understood? So we understood the concept of stored energy in a charge capacitor. Now we are going to discuss the expression of the energy. We have figure here which shows, in first figure it shows final condition. Why I am saying final condition? Because according to the assumption, the charge which is here is positive capital Q and negative capital Q, okay, which is considered in this expression as maximum charge, and therefore the potential difference between the plates will be maximum, which is considered as capital V, as equal to the potential difference of the terminal of the battery. Okay, so this is final stage, or you can say final condition. And in the second figure we are trying to show that electron is coming out from the plate of the capacitor and making the capacitor charge, positive in one plate and negative in one plate, okay, when the key is closed. Understood? Initially, as we have discussed before, that the potential was 0 and the charge was not there, but by pulling one by one electron from the first plate and pushing the electron to the second plate, it becomes charged. So let's see the another figure. Here it is the figure which is showing the intermediate condition of the plates of the capacitor. Okay, we have taken here positive small q and negative small q, which is smaller than plus q and minus q as discussed above, and the potential difference therefore is less than maximum potential V. Okay, now dq is the charge which is coming out from the first plate and going to the negative plate for a time duration dt. This is very small time duration, you can say negligible time duration. For this time duration, whatever the charge is coming out from the first plate and going to the second plate, in this duration the potential variation is very small, and therefore for that instant, for that time duration, you can consider the potential difference for this duration constant. Actually it is not constant, we are considering it constant. For a long duration it is not constant. Why? Because as the charge will increase, the potential difference will increase. But for a small time instant, you can consider it as constant term. Understood? So let's see the expression. Here is the expression. The work done by the battery for a small time duration dt and a small charge transformation dq, it is dw. Okay, and we have the formula w is equal to v into q. The formula is used here, and dw is equal to, since here the potential difference is v dash, therefore it is taken v dash and charge is taken dq. Now in the second term you will write here integrating we will have, after integration it will be w, integration lower limit is 0 and upper limit is q, the limit we will take now in integration. So the charge will move from 0 to maximum q. V dash into dq. So using the basic formula of capacitance, we are having C is equal to Q by V. Since the charge on one plate is not capital Q, it is a small q, therefore we will take here a small q, and the potential difference is not V, it is V dash, and therefore we will have V dash here. From this formula we can find V dash is equal to Q by C, and this is put here. Okay, so V dash is equal to Q by C into dq. So C is the constant term, because capacitance of a capacitor is the constant term, therefore it has taken out from the integration, and we will integrate this term q with respect to dq. We have formula of integration x power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Using this formula we will have q square by 2, as the power of q is 1, therefore 1 plus 1 is 2, and in denominator 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So 1 upon c, q square upon 2, 0 to q, and we will get the first formula of stored energy in the capacitor is W is equal to 1 by 2 q square upon c. Here q is equal to cv. Okay, अरे भाई, you know that c is equal to q by v, and therefore q is equal to cv. So in place of q we have put here cv. So q square is equal to c square v square, c square and c cancel out. What will we get? We will get half cv square. So this is the second formula in the box. This is your second formula. Okay, now in place of c, here you can see c is equal to, we have put here q by v, v and v square, v cancel, we will have the third formula half qv. So in this expression we have seen, and we got three formula. First is this one, second is this one, and third one is this one. This was the expression for the energy stored in a charged capacitor. If you have any doubt or any question you want to ask, then you can message me. Okay, we will discuss some numericals on the basis of these formulae in next video. Then till then, bye.